Welcome to Coffee I'm sorry. Let's try that again. Welcome to Coffee Africa number 2. I'm your host, Echo Fang Grey Wolf. So I'm gonna give you these 3 videos from TikTok, and then we're gonna talk about it. All right. And this is about not pressuring women into having sex like on the first date. So, um, definitely not for children. Let's do it. Damn sound up. Okay, right off the bat, this is gonna be a two-parter, and a lot of people are gonna give me some smoke for this shit. Hold on. And to you, I say that's a you problem. All right. Where's the stitch?
You don't. Pays for dinner. I don't fuck on the first date, and I feel like you've been kind of like.
Okay, right off the bat, this is gonna be a two-parter, and a lot of people are gonna give me some smoke for this shit. And to you, I say that's a you problem. All right, go watch that. I know you're not gonna agree with me. All right. So 2 things. 1, I've never been really lucky with a lot of women at all. They don't see me as attractive. I get it. And the one thing that I have never done on a date, regardless of what date it was try to pressure a girl into sex. That is not fucking okay. Now, you could say it was the way I raised the way I was raised. Or you could say that I'm a bitch. Alright? Say what you want. But one thing I do understand is, see, I respect women. You can call me a yes man, simp, whatever. I don't give a shit. I was raised that you don't pressure women into sex. If they want to give it to you, they're going to give it to you. If they don't, they're not. And you got to be a man to accept that fact that they don't want to have sex with you. I mean, I'm not super ugly. I was, but I'm not super ugly. And you know, the thing is, I would treat a woman the way I want to be treated. Now, there's a positive and a negative about that. We won't get into it in this video, unless I do 3 of these. I'm planning on only doing 2. But, first off, with today's world, if I'm going to take a girl to dinner, I'm going to take her to dinner and a movie. Because I can pay for that shit. Alright? I'm not going to ask her to pay for it. Okay, so here's the thing. If you're a lady, forgive me. I'm taking you to where I can afford to take you, which is the Alamo Draft House, because they do military discounts. And our tickets will be cheap. Our meal will not be so cheap. And yes, I will still make sure that I tip the waiter. I'm not going to ask you for sex. Now, if you initiate sex, oh hell yeah, I'm going to go with you as long as you are consenting to this act. But I'm not going to pressure you into that act, because that's just not who I am. And the thing about that is really quite simple. You're going on a date to get to know somebody. And you're going to have a good time. If you have sex, yay. If you don't have sex, you might get sex on a second date. Of course, unless there's no second date. In that case, well, you didn't waste your time. Don't feel that you waste your time. You just got to know a person and you just wasn't her type. Alright? Take it from me, I get rejected all the time, but I don't go around asking for sex. That's maybe why I get rejected. But at the same time, you know, when it comes to sex, as a man, stay tuned for Paid Man Pays for Dinner. Okay, this is part 2. We have to raise our young gentlemen to know that the word no means no. And if she's one of those girls that says no means yes, if you don't get that shit on tape, no means no. And if you do get it on tape, you're probably good to go, but you want to make sure that you record her audioly saying it or visually saying it. We got cell phones now. So before you make that move, say, look, if we're going to do this, I want you to consent on record. Now, email it to yourself, because if you fall asleep and they get a hold of your phone, they can delete it. So that's just the option there. Wherever you go, take your phone with you. You know, especially if you don't have a lock on your phone like me. I don't like my phone. I don't put anything on my phone that I don't want anybody to see. And I also don't really let people mess with my phone. I know, irrelevant. But the thing is, you know, there is nothing you can do to really talk a woman into having sex with you. if she's going to have sex with you, it's because she wanted to. It's not going to be something that you got into her ear or whatever. And then again, I could be wrong. I'm not a woman. But I can tell you this, I've never met girls that were like, I'm going to have sex with you on the first date. Well, here's the thing. I'm okay if she wants to do that. I'm still going to respect her tomorrow. But the problem is, maybe I don't want to have sex with you on the first date. I mean, it's the first date. I don't want to put that pressure on you. And what if I fail to perform? Those things can happen. You can be so excited and blow up before you even go up. So, and the thing about sex is, everybody likes it. Everybody. But you gotta take your time with it, and you can't go pressuring women into that kind of thing. Yeah, you took her to dinner. Yeah, you paid for it. Okay. Big whoopie-doo. In the old days, that's how it was done. And if you were lucky enough to get some, you got some. But see, here's that thing. We're men. We don't know how the woman body feels to them when we put them under the pressure for this crap. And they have every right to say no. You can take a girl out on a date and pay for your meal, and that same girl can turn right back around and go have sex with somebody else. And FYI, I have had that happen to me. So, you'd be surprised. But there's going to have to be a part 3. And I'm just going to take this damn thing to my YouTube channel later tonight. But, you don't force a woman into having sex. I mean, you just don't. And if you do, you're going to jail. So, yeah, we're not going to have that. I'll make a part 3, and then I'm going to take this entire thing to my YouTube. So, yeah, I'm going to make this whole thing one gigantic ass video on my YouTube channel of Kung Fu Epic number 2. But I want you guys to understand something while we're here. As a man who, if the good Lord lets me have a son or a daughter or whatever, I want to raise my child to be a productive person in society and not a menace. So you got to teach them right from wrong. You have to teach your sons that if a girl says no, it means no. And the best thing you can do is go home. Because sometimes girls feel pressured after saying no, but they want you to chill with them and start cuddling. And for me, that's not an option. And I don't want to sound like a douchebag full of dick tips in a dumpster fire, but if you told me no, and I was only there for sex, I probably should have told you that before I got there. And this is another reason why you have to have communications. Y'all have to talk. If you guys are going to be friends with benefits, okay, she still has the right to say no. If you're going to be in a relationship, and you're both going to be in a relationship, she still has the right to say no. Even if you marry her, she still has the right to say no. And you, as a man, needs to respect that. So when a woman says no, it's time to go. Now, if you're dating, or if you're married, you probably don't have that many places you can go, especially if you're living together. So then you just lay there and not worry about it. But if you're not living together, then you go home. Go home, take a cold shower, go watch a specific website. No. Go handle that business. Now, outside of that, I'll go into more detail on that stuff on my YouTube channel. But outside of that, if y'all are just friends with benefits, that's just a night you're not going to have any benefits. No. If y'all are just in that let's see where it goes, you're not really in a relationship. So, I learned that the hard way. The thing is, you have to have communication. Now, for you young ladies, if you say no, and the man chooses to go, you need to let him go. Do not make him feel bad, and don't you feel bad if he chooses to leave, because clearly he was only there for sex. And you need to understand, you told him no. So don't change your mind just to make him stay. Hold your guns, go to bed. Let him go home. Because it's going to work out better for you both in the long run, because then there'll be an argument if you don't. Well, you made me stay here. I got things I could have been doing. I could have been playing video games. Yeah, that's why you send his ass the hell on home. Don't make him stay there and watch movies. Send him home. I promise. This will be on my YouTube channel tonight. I'm going to get my computer out in a minute, and I'm going to go to town on that, because it's 10:10. I'm going to take these dogs out, then I'm going to do my thing, and then that'll be that. And I'll be doing a Happy Native American Heritage Hero. So yeah, I'm going to make Okay, so now we got that out the way. Let's chat. So, here's the thing. Alright, I'm going to come at the men first, then I'm going to come at the girls. And the reason why I'm going to come at the girls is because at the end of the day, it's your body that you're giving to us men. Alright? So, I need you all to sit your ass down, shut the fuck up, and don't take this shit the wrong way. Which most people will probably take the wrong way from the second I started talking. From the second I showed those videos, somebody's probably taking this shit the wrong way. Alright, so one, communication. We're going on a date, we just met. I'm not expecting sex. I got condoms right up there in that little fanny pack, but I'm not expecting sex. When I go on that date with you, there will be condoms in my pocket. But I'm going to tell you right now, I personally am not expecting sex. I'm not going to reject it if you are going to consent or if you are going to initiate it. But I am not expecting it. I took you to the movies because I wanted to go to the movies. I took you to dinner and a movie because it was convenient to do both of them at the same time at the Alamo Draft House because I'm fucking poor. As a veteran, there are very few places that I can afford to take anybody to dinner plus a movie. So if I take you to the movies and I pay for the movie and dinner, then I've covered both. Whether we have sex or not is fucking irrelevant. No. Now, also, if we have sex or not have sex, it would really honestly be her choice because I'm down either way. I'm good if we do, I'm good if we don't. I'm 49 years old. I have been rejected by enough women to know that when they say no, it's time to go. So, now let me come at you, man. Alright? You wouldn't want nobody to do this to your sister. Unless you don't have a sister, because then you wouldn't know how this fucking feels. I have 5 sisters. You wouldn't want nobody to do this to your daughter. Unless you don't have a daughter, and you probably raised your son to get his ass in trouble by not teaching him that when a woman says no, it's time to go. Now, you may not like how I say this, especially if you are female. Alright? Right off the bat, if you're a female, and you don't like what I'm about to say, excuse me, that's a fucking you problem. Alright? Because I'm going to tell you right now, you females set the tone on sex. We'll get back to you in a minute. Men. Unless you plan on doing 15 to life, when that girl says no, it's time to go. Do not stay home with her and lay in the bed next to her because, like me, you are a man. Things happen when a man lays next to a sexy woman's body. Even though she said no. Even though she's going to lay there beside you and let you cuddle behind her, where parts of your body are touching parts of her body, you may catch an erection. I'm going to catch an erection. And she said no. But she doesn't want me to go. It's not going to work like that. Because if we're not married, we're in a committed relationship, I'm going to fuck home. And I'm sorry if I piss this lady off, but I'm going to fuck home. Because I don't have DC. Let me spell that for y'all. DICKCONTROL. I don't have DC. So the last thing, I can control myself, but my body's going to react to her rubbing against me. My body's going to react to her rubbing her feet down my feet. You don't know what's going to turn you on at that moment, and if you initially were there for sex, you will be hornier than fuck, and she said no, which will lead you to trouble. Which is why I said, if she says no, and she wants to watch another movie, it's like, look, nah, I can't do that, because I'm not going to lie to you, I really was hoping for sex, and you said no. I said, but you want me to lay beside you, and that's not a good idea, because I know how my body works. If I'm laying beside you and you're wearing next to nothing, it's not your fault, it's my fault that I stayed there. It's my fault because I know that my dick is going to get hard, and you're going to say no. I don't want no problems. I don't want to go to jail for sexual assault, because that's going to fuck me up for the rest of my fucking life. No. Fuck that shit. You said no. 2 things are going to happen, especially if I'm not spending the night there. I'm going to hell home. I will give you a hug and a kiss, and then I'm dismissed. Because I'm not going to stay there and cuddle with you knowing that I love women. I love the way you smell. And if we've never had sex before, and I don't want to go to jail for rape, and you said no, I need to be making my way home. Period. So, like, after the date's over, I will take her home. I will walk her to her door. And if she's in an apartment, I will walk her to her room. I will not ask to come in. If she offers for me to come in, I'm going to come in. But if she offers for me to come in and says, we'd just like to hang for a little bit, but we're not having sex, I was like, okay, here's an option. What are we doing? Because we just came from dinner and a movie. We're going to play video games? Because I'm down. I'll play video games with her all night. If she's a gamer and we're playing games, as long as it's not Fortnite. If it's like Street Fighter or Tekken, we can play till sunrise, provided I don't have to work the next day. Yeah, like if we're dating on Friday and I'm off on Saturday, oh, you better believe we can play games all night. And I was like, look, if I fall asleep, just leave me on the couch, wake me up at a god awful decent hour, like 6 o'clock, so I can get the fuck out your house and go home. That way I can go home, wash my ass, and go do whatever I want to do. Unless we're gonna make it like a 24-hour date. I don't think that's gonna happen with somebody like me, because my luck is just that bad that I get past the dinner in a movie, she probably won't want anything to do with me because I'm a hands to myself kind of guy. I don't want to put my hands on her unless she consents to it. So like if I say, can I hold your hand? And she said, yeah, okay. So now I can hold her hand all movie long and I'm okay with it. But if she says no, I'm going to respect her and I'm not going to hold her hand because she said no. But I'm not going to hint at sex. I'm not going to do anything remotely resembling sex unless she initiates it. So she starts groping me and shit. I'm like, yo, do you have plans on having sex with me? And if she says yes, I'm going to continue to let her grope me. But if she says no, I'm going to respectfully ask her, could you please stop doing that? It's like, why? I'm saying because if you're not going to have sex with me, I would prefer you to not touch me in my nether regions. You know, rub my chest and everything. We're good. But when your hand slides down my pants, you're giving my body bad signals. No. And I don't want to be that guy that you thought was a jerk because, one, you said we weren't going to have sex. And I'm going to respect that. I'm not going to like keep trying to force you to have sex when you said we're not going to have sex. So, because then that would make me a dick. So, we're not going to do that. Now, I'm going to be as gentlemanly as possible. But if you're flirting and you're like, yeah, we're fucking tonight, and you're clear that we're fucking, then I'm down. No, it's going to happen. But it's going to be on her terms. Alright? It's going to be on her terms. Because that way, she can't say that I pressured her into it. She can't say that I raped her. She can't say none of that shit. Now, like I said, if she says no, I'm going home. My suggestion for you, gentlemen, if you're raising your sons, if you're raising your daughters, teach them right from wrong. So right now, we're just going to be on sons. So if you have a son, you need to tell him that when the girl says no, don't be rude. Don't get mad. It's her body. She has the right to tell you no. She has the right to let you know you're going to stick that, however long your male member is, inside of her female member. If she's going to allow you to park your car into her garage, then that's her choice. We don't get that option because we're men. They have to consent to us. If they're not going to consent, you're going to go to jail if you try to take it. Pepe Le Pew lied to you. Do not follow Pepe Le Pew. He's going to get your ass locked the fuck up. So, you move on. And, you know, it's like, so, the perfect way to end a date, after dinner in the movie, and she invites you up, you ask her, how would you feel if we just go on another date? And if she says, actually, I really want you to come in, okay, you've crossed the threshold. There's a slim chance you're going to get sex. There may be a great chance you're going to get sex. But always remember, when she says no, it's done. It's done. If y'all want to play video games, play video games. If she wants to dance, dance. You might never get the chance again. If she's working her way into having sex with you by inviting you in, then stick around and see what happens. You might get lucky, you might not. If you get lucky, good. If you don't get lucky, good. Just go home. Have a good fucking time. You're with a beautiful girl, have a good fucking time. That's it. Just have a good time. And if you get lucky enough to have sex with her, make sure you say thank you. There's nothing wrong with having sex, as long as it's consensual. Now, remember, if she says no, unless she's like into BDSM stuff, and she decides, hey, we're gonna have sex, and this is my safety word, alright? And I'm a submissive, so I'm gonna let you do whatever the fuck you want. You're in the fucking house with protection. Now, let's go talk to you young ladies. Young ladies. There was nothing wrong with you wanting to have sex. You're a human being, good for you. There's also, I don't have any kids, but if I had a daughter, I would be sure to say this one thing to my daughter. Only this 1 or 2,000 things. The first thing is, I can't stop you from having sex, but I don't want you being stupid about it. Do not get pregnant. No matter what that asshole that you're about to lay down with tells you, you make sure that his dick is wrapped the fuck up. You put a condom on that motherfucker, and you make sure you put it on him. Don't listen to him. You put that shit on him. That way you know it's there. Keep your hands and eyes on him at all times. You set the pace. Ride him. If he gets on top of you, make sure you're always aware where his fucking hands are, so that he doesn't slip the condom off. Alright? Hey, I'm a man. Men do dumb shit. I've never had sex without a condom outside of the very first time that I had sex. Ever since then, I've never had sex without a condom. I do not believe in sex without condoms. If I'm not marrying you, my dick's not going through. Unless special circumstances, like you are on birth control and you're allergic to latex. Alright? See, that's a problem. If you're allergic to latex, I know it's a hard way to find that out, but if you're allergic to latex and you're a female, it might be something you want to know before you have sex with people. Because, irritation, stuff that goes on in a woman's body that a man can never know and never be able to describe. So make sure you put the condom on. If you're allergic to latex, you go to your health department or you go to the doctor and you make sure that they give you condoms that you can use. They do have female condoms. I do not know how to put those motherfuckers on. I am a man. But if you are allergic to latex, then you get special condoms so that you can have with your boyfriend, or your sex partner, or fuck buddy, whatever, until it's done. And now I'm going to hurt your feelings. Alright? I'm going to hurt your feelings, ladies. I mean nothing but respect with this, but I'm going to hurt your feelings. So, at least I told you before I said what I'm about to say. Alright? As a woman, it is going to be up to you to consent or not consent to sex. Alright? That's the fucking easy part. Believe me, that's the fucking easy part. Yes, we're gonna fuck. Yes, we're gonna make love. Yes, we're gonna have sex. Now, that works the same way in reverse. No, we're not gonna fuck. No, we're not gonna make love. No, we're not gonna have sex. Because there is a difference between the three of them. I only know how to do two. I know how to have sex. I know how to make love. I do not know how to fuck. Waiting for someone to teach me. Lady Chatterley style. Anyway, I know it was too much information. But the thing is, if that gentleman wants to go home, like I said to the men, don't get mad. Let him go home. You both have to be clear on what the fuck's happening that night. If you just want a dinner and a movie, like the lady in the video, you got to be clear on that. I just want to have dinner and a movie. No, I don't want to have sex. We're not gonna have sex. And you got to be perfectly clear. If I can find the link, I'll show you the video. Okay, this ain't gonna show me. How the hell do I get back? Alright. So this was a stitch, but I can't go back to the initial video. I don't know why I can't go back to the initial video,
but for some odd ass reason I can't. But anyway, as a man, the last thing I want to hear from a woman is the words no when it comes to sex. However, I am going to accept her no, and I'm going to be okay with it because I like my freedom, and I'm not going to sit here and throw my motherfucking life away because I decided that I wanted to have sex and she chose not to have sex. You see where we're going? So as a woman, it is your job to be clear. I enjoyed my dinner and a movie. Maybe we can have a second date. You don't even have to invite him up. A gentleman's going to walk you to your room, and he may even walk you to your doorstep or whatever, depending on what your living situation is. And he may stop right there at the door. It's like, okay, look, as long as you don't invite him in, he doesn't have a need to have the incentive of having sex, you know. But if you do invite him in, understand he's probably going to be expecting sex. So you need to make sure that shit's clear at the dinner and the movie. Yo, I'm just here to have a good time. I'm not here to have sex. I'm not here to fuck. I don't do that on my first date. And if you treat me right, we may have a second date. And here's a thought. Since we may have a second date, I'll pay for the second date because you paid for the first date. It could work like that. Or the gentleman would be dumb like me. If we're gonna have a second date, let's go to another movie because I can pay for dinner and a movie because it gives me a military discount. Unless you want a day date, like an outside date where we can go to the park and we can have to get to know each other, walking and talking and holding hands, that kind of thing. I will swing by a store and we can go to the store together. How about that? We'll go to the store together. We'll buy some snacks. We can make it a picnic. You know, we can do something where it's not going to be that much money. I can pick you up at your house, or we can meet in a neutral spot and then take one car from somewhere. But more than likely, it would be best if I just picked her up at her house, drove her to the park, and then drove her back home. And make sure we don't get into any fights or anything like that, which is why I said the neutral spot, which is also why I said if we meet at the movies and we drive our own cars, we meet at the movies, there's no possible way that this shit can go wrong. However, if I pick her up or she gets dropped off and I bring her home, you know, again, there's no possible way it can go wrong with me because I know how to take no for an answer. Now, ladies, you have to make sure you give no as an answer. Make sure that if you want him to stay and y'all want to cuddle, but you don't want him to have sex, you gotta let him know. But the flip side of that is you gotta understand most men are not gonna be down for that. And if you want him to stay and y'all want to play video games, because like maybe you're a gamer, maybe he's a gamer, and y'all got to know each other over the movie and dinner. So probably have the dinner before we go into the movie so that we can talk. Because the Alamo Draft House, if you talk during the movie, you're out. Or we can have the dinner after the movie. But if I'm gonna pay for dinner, you're buying the popcorn. So that'll be the deal right there. So, you know, and please don't buy like everything on the fucking menu, ladies. Especially if you're not gonna do anything but take like one or two bites or some shit, and the guy's gotta pay like $40 for a meal that you didn't eat. Don't do that. If you order anything and he's paying for it, please eat the fucking meal. Don't make him pay $30 for a fucking hamburger and then you like don't even eat the french fries or the burger. You just eat like 2 or 3 bites of it and leave it. Now I understand that sometimes food tastes like shit. Now that I get. But see, I won't order anything that I don't intend to eat. No. Like if I can get a fried pork chop, I don't need anything else because I'm a very finicky eater. Same thing like when I go to the movies like Alamo Draft House, they have a chicken plate. So I used to only get popcorn because it's $8 and you get three bowls of popcorn depending on how much popcorn you can eat because it's free refills. Well, I started getting a chicken plate because I've gone in lunch hours. So if we're going at lunch hours, I can get the chicken plates $8. I can eat the fucking 6 or 7 pieces of chicken and I'm good. And it's like $8. So if we both get 2 chicken plates, that's 18 pieces of chicken, or 12 pieces of chicken in which we can share, and 2 drinks, because the drinks are like $4. So 8 plus 8 is 16. 4 plus 4 is 8. So we're looking at about $30 right there. Plus I'm going to give a tip. And I've already paid $30 for the film. So we can go hang out after that. I mean, at the Alamo, there's another restaurant right there. So we can go there. But I don't drink. So basically, we can either go back to her place, or we can go somewhere. We'll figure it out. It also depends on what time the movie gets out. If the movie gets out at 10, she might just want to go home. So we've eaten, and now I can walk her to a car if she drove. If she didn't drive, I can give her a ride home. And this way, we can have a second date. Now, if she's clearing the movie theaters, like, look, when we get the fuck out of here, we're going to go home and fuck. We're going to my house. That's why I got dropped off, so that you can drive me back home. Okay. See, I can do that because she was clear that we were going to have sex. So, ladies, you need to be clear. If you're just there for a good time, and dudes, don't be a douche, man. You can't make a woman have sex with you on a first date 9 times out of 10. You're not going to have that happen, so don't expect it. Carry condoms, but don't expect it. And ladies, you have to be clear what you want from gentlemen. Because men, we're stupid. If you don't want sex, but you want us to hang out with you, you have to have clothes on. Do not slip into anything more comfortable unless you're going to put on like sweatpants and the most unattractive ass clothes you can find. Because this way, it's more than likely that a man won't be turned on if you're wearing some shit that like a jogging suit. But if you go jump in your room and you like put on some spandex or some shit that like sucks everything up in the right places, nipples and shit are showing, you can't expect a man to not be a little horny. I'm sorry. Even a gentleman will be horny and be like, that's hot shit she wearing. And right then and there, when you come out that room, after you've clarified to me that we're not having sex, you're going to hate me. Because I'm going to ask you to please go put something else on. And you'll be like, this is my home, I can wear what I want. And I'll say, yes ma'am, I know you can. But respectfully, you told me we were not going to have sex. And if you're going to wear that, I'm going to have a problem downstairs. And I don't want to make you not want a second date. Because I don't want to walk around with my dork sticking out all damn day. Now, there could be an incident where she says, well, let me see it. And then, I pull the damn thing out, and she might either laugh at it or she might get the shock of her life. But the minute that she says no, it's done. Now, if she wants to play Tekken or Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat, we can play that shit all night. But she can't wear spandex. She can't sit around me in a bra and panties. She has to wear some respectable fucking clothes. So, ladies, please do that. If you're clear, if you made it 1,000% clear that we're just going to hang out after, we're not going to have sex, I have a PlayStation 5 or I have a PlayStation 4 or whatever we're going to do when you get there, and you've made it abundantly clear. What the hell's going on with the cable? I don't know if that was the problem. Anyway, damn it, I cut the cable off. Anyway, the bottom line is if you made it abundantly clear that we are not going to have sex, then I need you to respect me. I honestly need you to respect me and put something on that won't turn me on, okay? And that might not sound like something you want to hear, but I'm looking out for you ladies by giving you this advice, I'm a man, I'm straight, it doesn't take much for a woman to turn me on. It really doesn't. I need you to know that. I need you to, if I'm at your house with you, and you made it 1,000% clear we're not having sex, we're just chilling, I can do that. But I need you to do something for me too. I need you to wear respectable clothing. This tank top is too revealing. If I had boobs, this is what it would look like. Side boob be sticking all out. No, you can't wear that with me when you've made it clear that we're not having sex. Because my brain knows, my other brain does not. And when I see boobs, I'm sorry, it's like, there it is. The quickest way to get me horny, flash a boob. Good to go after that. Anyway, That being said, I need you ladies to understand I'm not trying to be a douchebag full of dick tips or dumpster fire. I just need you to understand that if you are clear with the guy that you're dating that you are not going to have sex on the first date, you also need to be clear with yourself that you have to wear clothes that aren't going to be revealing to make this bastard that you said you're not going to have sex with horny. Alright? And now let's get to the final point so I can end this thing because it's 36 some odd minutes in. I have said in that video that I've had a girl who would not have sex with me but turn around and go out and have sex with somebody else. So it's not so much of an exaggeration as echolocation. Because I've had this happen more than once. And something's caught in my throat. Okay. So I was with my bro. And we were down at Uncle Tom's house. And there was 2 girls and 3 boys. The girl was with me. We were on teams. All that other stuff. And she wound up sleeping with my bro's cousin instead of sleeping with me. We were flirting. We were doing all kinds of things. I was playing nice. I wasn't trying to pressure her into sex or anything. And by the end of the entire night, we were playing this damn game. I forgot what it was, like a card game or whatever. So my bro and his girl went to his uncle's bedroom. His cousin and that girl, after all I was trying to do to get with her, went into the other room. Left me by myself. And I'm thinking to myself, I should just walk the fuck home. But we lived in the country. And I thought, I could just, get in my car and drive the fuck home. And I wish I would have fucking done that. I really wish I would have just done that. But I didn't do that. So I went to bed. And all I heard, because I slept on the couch, there was an extra room. But, I think it was like a little girl's room. And the bed was too small. So I slept on the couch. And so my bro and his girl were knocking it out. And his cousin, who is also my other bro, well, he was attempting to knock it out, and he got the red fingers. So he got some, just not the way he probably wanted it. But anyway, so like I said, she messed with me, and then wound up sleeping with another dude. So it has happened. And then there's my ex-fiance, not that ex-fiance, they got the same name. So it was an ex-girlfriend from high school that would never let me do anything but kiss her and play with her boobs. Well, when she broke up with me over the phone and brought her new boyfriend to the job, she apparently had been dating him and me at the same time. But he was getting that ass, and I wasn't. And I just didn't know it. And like I said, every girlfriend I've ever had has been cheating on me pretty much from the jump. Everyone. And I don't know if my ex-fiance ever cheated on me. I never caught her. The other ones I pretty much have caught because they were blazingly bold. And then I'm going to make another video on why I don't date black women. And I don't blame all black women for it, but, it's a thing. And that'll be the last video for tonight. But for you ladies, come hell or high water, please be clear with the men you are with. When you're dating them, if you're fucking them, if you're having sex with them, if you're friends with benefits, if you're in a situationship, you need to be clear. So that nobody goes to jail, nobody fucks up their life because you said no. And they have to be man enough to accept no. And when they accept that no, you have to be woman enough to let them leave that fucking house. It works both ways. Because I'm like this. If you and I are together, and we're in a relationship or situationship, or we're committed, if you say no, it's no. I say, if we're married and you say no, and you want to cuddle, sure thing. But I'm going to let you know, my best friend is going to be wide awake. Whether you like it or not, you're going to get poked. I'm not going to penetrate, but you'll probably get poked. Alright? I said it. I'm sorry. Now, if we're in a situationship, or we're friends with benefits, and you say no, I'm going home. Because we're just friends with benefits. I am never going to get another relationship to say, let's see where it goes, because that shit does not work for me. And I wind up being the only one that gets hurt because I fall in love fast and they vanish. So, that being said, I am Echo Fangway Wolf. I am sorry for giving y'all TMI. Good night. Love y'all. This is Kung Fu Album number 2. Be seeing.